Alright, hi there, Loy Machedo. Speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo? Think Personal Branding. Okay, to my shock and surprise, I actually happened to get a message from uh, a person who is staying in Ukraine. I'll give you the screenshot of the exact location. Where is it? It seems, I'm looking at the screen. It is Strilets'ka Street. Okay, I'll share the screenshot with you, and I'll put the coordinates down below in the description. So Strilets'ka Street. Okay, it's in Ukraine, Kyiv, something in Ukraine. Okay, so he's there right now, and to my biggest shock and surprise, he is a member of my WhatsApp group. So I was like, huh? Okay. So the minute I saw that he is in where is this, Ukraine, I immediately reached out to him, and I've taken down on the sheet of paper what all he said. I just finished having a discussion with him, and this is what he has shared with me. Okay, and after I share with you this video, I also want to give another message that a Ukrainian sent to me, and which I also want to share with you. Okay, so first let me share this message. This is what he says. So he gave the location where he says Strilets'ka Street. Okay, this is where he stays, or it's called the Golden Gate Metro. Now, apparently, it seems this metro station has an underground, very large space or something, and it is currently being used as a bomb shelter. It seems that it can house up to 2,000 people. And I asked him, like, people are just staying there? Is it like, do they have electricity? There is electricity. There are some toilets here and there. Water is running. And in some places, there are even supermarkets, small little grocery shops or whatever. So people are safe. People are safe. It seems a lot of families, a lot of children. So I also did ask him, like, how's the situation? Are people scared? Or, because if something like this would have happened to me and my family, we would be scared. So he said that they all are afraid. Of course, they are afraid. They are scared. And but they are safe at the moment. Now, this is what he said after this. On the 23rd morning, everything was fine, perfectly. Everything was okay. On 24th, the invasion took place. And they came to know about this only at around after 5 in the morning. He said it happened so fast, they didn't even have time to prepare. And when I did ask him, like, why didn't you just pack your bags and leave? He said, no, I can't just do that. I can't just uproot my whole life. I need to plan out accordingly. So things happened too fast, too soon. And there was no communication as such. There was absolute confusion. In fact, when I asked him about the news that is going on, to my surprise, he said, see, the news, what you're getting to hear or see is only the extreme situation. Like if there's a massive explosion or there is an attack on the airport or someplace like that, that is what is being talked about. But they are not able to cover each and every area, each and every aspect of what is happening. So, for example, in his case, what he said is, I'm looking at the paper, so I don't create anything. He said that people right now, for example, where he's staying, there are soldiers outside. There are soldiers who are standing outside with weapons. Now, obviously, he can't take a photograph or video of them standing there. He'll get into trouble with that. So I asked him, are the soldiers polite or is it shoot on sight? He said, no, the soldiers are very polite but very firm. If they see out, they ask you, they point the gun, what are you doing? Where are you going? Go back, just stay back. So they're polite, they're not attacking anyone, but they want you out. Now, the problem with him is because he is not an actual national of the country, he's an expat, it's very hard for him to identify who's Russian, who's not Russian, because Ukrainians, Russians, they kind of look the same. It's like, for example, if you ask a non-Indian, an Indian and Pakistani, they can't make out the difference. In the same way, non-Russian, if he sees a Russian or a Ukrainian, you can't make out unless you are born there and you know them. So the part which he said is most of the news which is being shared online is total absolute bullshit. They're just showing the worst case scenario. He said the war is very, very real, but people are very afraid. It's not safe to go outside. All the shops are closed. They cannot buy anything. And I did ask him, if you want to buy something, what do you do? Like, do you have water? Do you have, because that's the most important. He said, we have stored the ration of what we need. And if in case we need something very, very badly, we go around asking people who are our neighbors if they can spare a little bit. So he told me that people are very helpful. One of the things that he did, which was very kind, is he said one very old lady came to me. She didn't have food. He gave her a few days worth of ration. He gave it to her. Outside it's not safe. Pharmacies are open, but they have a fixed time for opening and closing. Supermarkets underground are open. If food is over, I asked him, what would you do? He said, people are helpful. And another thing which they're doing is they're helping each other. So if in case, let's say, they run out of food or they don't have something to eat, they have the contact number of a guy who has a grocery shop, and he goes down, takes the supplies, comes, and they kind of have an arrangement between them how they go about. I did not ask him about the pricing. Well, are they going to increase the price or whatever? Because by the time I could ask him all this, he said another bomb alert had sounded. And the bomb alert is the bomb alert is there are like every 30 to 40 minutes there's a bomb alert. The first alarm, it seems, you are supposed to immediately go to the nearest bomb shelter. The second alarm is you have to put yourself in a safe position. And if you hear the third alarm, that means something, it's being bombed or something bad is going to happen. I also did ask him, like, did any explosion take place in your area? He said, no, it happened in another vicinity. There was a plane crash that took place. They're not sure whether it was Russian or whether it was Ukrainian. He said there is electricity. Obviously, there was electricity. That's why I was able to speak to him via video. There is water, there is electricity, there is the internet. Internet is working fine. But he is in his basement. He stays in a building that has 20 floors and above. And he has a basement over there where he stays. Asked him, are people afraid? Obviously people are very afraid, especially children. He said it's most risky at night. At night is where the main attacks and everything happening. I asked him, how long do you think this war is going to take place? He said, we're just crossing our fingers and hoping that by this week or within a week or so, everything gets sorted out. I asked him, do you hate Russia or do you hate Vladimir Putin? He said, this is what he said. He said, when you speak to the Ukrainians, they don't actually hate Russians because Russians and Ukrainians have lived like family. They only don't understand what is Putin's agenda, because what they feel, this is what he said, is they feel Putin has made a very wrong decision, an error in judgment. Maybe he's getting old. Some people have even said he has Parkinson's disease, so maybe he was pushed into taking the wrong decision. Okay. One of the other disturbing things that he shared is, it seems now they're giving guns to civilians, which is kind of, very disturbing for everyone. Just imagine everyone's getting a gun, a weapon. The government is actually giving them weapons to protect themselves. So one of the other things I asked him, like, is there any message that you want to give people? He said, please, if any Ukrainians are watching your video, I don't think any Ukrainians are, but he said, please do not run away. If you get into buses, there's no protection, especially if you go near the border. Anything can happen. You can get even rogue soldiers who can do bad things. Wherever you are, stay quietly, stay safe, stay within the community of people who are with you. I asked him, how much money can you withdraw? It seems they can only withdraw $120 per day. And they just want this to be done with, over with. So these are some of the bits that he shared with me. I think I've completed almost all of it. But they're very afraid, and especially the children. Most of them are crying, especially when they hear big noise. And they are trying to stay together just to make sure everything goes on perfectly okay. They just want this over with. Okay, now apart from that, there was something that I wanted to share with you, and this was, when I'm just transferring it to this side of the screen, I'll show you a screenshot. It was an apology that I wanted to give. One of my users, her name is Lana, she sent this message around 7 to 8 hours ago. I'm reading it out, that's I'm looking. She says, as a Ukrainian, I can't listen to the bullshit. That is one of the previous videos that I posted about Putin and Biden. Okay, and I'll talk about it. She said I was pretty much a big fan until now. there's not strong side talking about politics. That's not your strong side. You better stick to talking about UAE. Okay. Now, see, the basic thing is I think my video is misunderstood. Okay, that's a crux. Now, first and foremost is this is a fact. What she's saying is true. I do not know about Ukraine. I do not know the politics of Ukraine. But that's a fact. The reason being is I've never been to Ukraine. I do not know Ukraine. I've just come to know whatever I read. Just like you, I just see the news. Okay. But having said that, the video that I posted was not about Ukraine. It was not about, yes, they deserve it. No, I'm a guy who's totally against war. I'm a person who hates war, absolutely hates war. I do not believe war is the answer, because the people who suffer in the war are not the politicians. It is normal, innocent people, men, women, and children. They don't deserve to go through all this. So any country, any war, I'm totally against it. The second thing is, the video that I posted was to say that Putin is not an evil person like the Western media is portraying him to be, just as Biden is no saint. Like, for example, my thought process was America always likes to portray itself as the good guys, as nice. Like, for example, Obama. I always believed that he was a great communicator, which he is. And I thought he was a great president until I did a little bit of research and I found out that, they normally show Trump as a guy who threw out immigrants and jailed people. But if you actually do your research, you'll find out under Obama's tenure, there were the maximum number of people who were, sent away. There were maximum number of people who were jailed. So we sometimes just go with whatever is popular, You need to do a little bit of research, and sometimes you can be proved wrong when you do research. So I was always a fan of Obama. I thought the Republicans were bad, but when I did a lot more research, I found out that no, it's not true. Now, that doesn't mean I support Donald Trump in everything that he does. There are some policies of his which are good, some are bad. So in the same way, what I try to say is, the Western media is trying to portray that the West is the savior. They are there for the betterment of everyone. I don't buy into that narrative. Look what they did in Afghanistan. Look what they did with Iraq. Look what they did with, even with Syria for that matter. Look what they're doing. They're supporting the Saudi against the Yemen. Okay. So that is what I was trying to say. I was not, praising Russia for attacking Ukraine. I've never said that. So I want to apologize to not only Lana, who is a follower of the channel, but also because she's a Ukrainian, and also because I'm not feeling happy about this sensitive moment at all. So my message to she being a Ukrainian and to all the Ukrainians, I'm not gloating or feeling happy about the fact that Russia has invaded your country. So I want you to understand that much. There's nobody who knows everything. There's nobody who knows the politics of each and every country. And I tell the truth as it is. I really do not know anything about Ukraine. I do not know anything about Russia. I do not know anything about the politics of Russia and Ukraine. Whatever I know is what I see that is posted on popular media. And I've always said this, the West always likes to show United States is perfect, United States is good, and every other country is bad, according to US. So that's all I was trying to say. But I was not trying to endorse Putin attacking Ukraine and the people of Ukraine suffering. So I hope this is clear. So I did post reply to Lana. You can stop the video and have a screenshot and look at it. So having said that, I just want to tell you that I'm totally against war. I hope this war gets over as fast as possible. And the only reason I'm sharing this video about the Ukraine war is because I was very surprised to know one of my own members in my group is living there, staying there. Oh, I was like, oh, that's something new. So this is what I wanted to share with you. If I get any updates, anything worthwhile, I'll share it either as a post or I'll share it as a video if there is content. And just having said that, I just hope this war stops, because that guy is a family guy. He has a family, he has a wife, he has a kid. just as I have, and I wouldn't want bad things to happen to his family, just as I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to my family. So this is what I wanted to share with you. Please leave your comments down below, and please keep it positive, because people are going through a tough time. So we wouldn't want anyone who's reading to feel down. So let's encourage them, and let's hope this war stops. And like I said in the last and final part of his message, Ukrainians do not hate the Russians. Russians do not hate the Ukrainians. This is just a game of politics, and it's poor people, it's the normal people who have to suffer. Having said that, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. It's the time is 2:27. I thought I'd finish the video, but I decided, okay, I'll put this and I'll share this out with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.